Hello friends, today we're diving into one of the most astonishing stories in the history of Islam. Have you ever heard of a vow that not only changed the fate of a people, but also altered the course of history? Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of the Prophet Muhammad, made a vow that shocked all of Mecca. He was supposed to sacrifice one of his sons. This story is full of twists and exciting moments. If you want to know what happened, stay with us until the end of this video. I promise you won't regret it. Before starting the story, let's first refer to a hadith from Prophet Muhammad that is mentioned in various Shia and Sunni books. In this hadith, Prophet Muhammad says, "I am the son of the two sacrificed ones." It is generally said that the first sacrificed one refers to Prophet Ishmael, and the second sacrificed one refers to Abdullah, the father of Prophet Muhammad. The story of the sacrifice of Abdullah has also been recorded by many hadith scholars, historians, and biographers with minor differences in their books. The story begins when Abdul Muttalib, during the digging of the Zamzam well, faced opposition and protests from the Quraysh. Seeing that he had only one son to support him, he made a vow that if God granted him 10 sons, he would sacrifice one of them for God's sake near the Kaaba. By God's grace, his wish was fulfilled, and after a few years, he had 10 sons. One of them was Harith bin Abdul Muttalib, and the names of the other 9 were as follows: Hamza, Abdullah, Abbas, Abu Talib, or Abdul Manaf, Zubair, Hajjal, or Gaidak, Muqawim, Dirar, and Abu Lahab. With the birth of Hamza and Abbas, Abdul Muttalib's number of sons reached 10. At this point, Abdul Muttalib remembered the vow he had made. He gathered his sons and told them about his vow. His sons said, "We are at your disposal and under your command." Seeing their readiness to fulfill his vow, Abdul Muttalib took them to the Kaaba. To choose one of them, he cast lots, and the lot fell on Abdullah, who happened to be his most beloved son. At that moment, Abdul Muttalib took Abdullah's hand with one hand and a sharp knife with the other. He led Abdullah to the place of sacrifice to fulfill his vow by sacrificing Abdullah for God's sake. The people of Mecca, the Quraysh, and Abdul Muttalib's other sons came forward and tried to find a way to dissuade Abdul Muttalib from this act, but they saw that he was determined to carry it out. Among Abdullah's brothers, Abu Talib was the most affected and worried about Abdullah's fate because of his great affection for him. He came close, took his father's hand, and said, "Father, kill me in place of Abdullah, and let him go." At this moment, Abdullah's maternal uncles and other maternal relatives also came forward to prevent the killing of Abdullah. Some of the elders of the Quraysh, who had heard about this event, also came to Abdul Muttalib and said to him, "You are the leader of the Quraysh and the people of Mecca. If you do such a thing, others will follow your example, and this will become a tradition among the people." In response to everyone, Abdul Muttalib said, "I have made a vow, and I must fulfill my vow." Finally, after much discussion, it was decided to bring some of the many camels that Abdul Muttalib owned and cast lots between Abdullah and the camels. If the lot fell on the camels, they would be sacrificed in place of Abdullah. If it fell on Abdullah again, they would increase the number of camels and cast lots again. They would continue to increase the number until the lot fell on the camels. Abdul Muttalib accepted the suggestion and ordered 10 camels to be brought. They cast lots, and it still fell on Abdullah. They added 10 more camels and cast lots again, but it still fell on Abdullah. They continued adding 10 camels each time and casting lots, and each time it still fell on Abdullah. This continued until the number of camels reached 100. At that point, the lot fell on the camels. Thereupon, the people of Mecca raised shouts of "Allahu Akbar" and cheers of joy. Everyone was happy and relieved. However, Abdul Muttalib was not immediately satisfied. He said, "I will cast lots 2 more times." When they cast lots 2 more times, both times the lot fell on the camels again. Abdul Muttalib was then convinced that God had accepted this sacrifice, and he released Abdullah. Then, Abdul Muttalib ordered the camels to be sacrificed, and their meat was distributed among the people of Mecca. Dear friends, if you enjoyed this story, please like and leave your comments for us. Also, if you want to know the reason behind Abdul Muttalib's conflict with the Quraysh over the Zamzam well, which led him to make such a vow, be sure to comment so we can show you in future videos.